Hi guys, good morning everyone. Welcome to the session and welcome to the India's most comprehensive preparation platform, that is the BYJU'S exam prep. Sorry for a slight delay. There was some technical issue that I was facing, but yes, now we are live. Okay, so quickly update all your friends that session is now live, and in this particular session, you know guys, ISRO has announced the huge vacancies for this year 2023. Okay, so you have a good number of vacancies, good opportunity in the ISRO, and in this particular session, okay, we are going to cover up the last ISRO paper that was conducted. When the last ISRO papers was conducted, it was back in January 2020. Okay, 2022 ISRO recruited through the gate examination, whatever small vacancy was there. Okay, but now this time they have the regular separate examination of ISRO with the new pattern. Okay, but yeah, definitely. Okay, in that 80 MCQ questions of discipline specific, as you told, as we have seen the previous papers also, mathematics is expected, and that is why the last paper ISRO conducted, all engineering maths question. By all I mean, we'll combine all branches, EC, EE, civil, mechanical, computer science, all the questions, because mathematics is always an element which is common for the branches. Okay, so yeah, you can take up the combination of all the branches to study this particular thing. Right, very good morning everyone. So quickly join the session and update all your friends that the session is now live, and let's get moving ahead in just a while. All right, why is this still not connecting? All right, chalo, so let's get started finally. Okay, all seems fine now. Very good morning, keep joining. So guys, this is all the intro and all you must now know. So yes, quickly giving you an updates about the channel before I start up with the first question. Okay, so now it can be expected somewhere towards July end, later half of the July. Okay, so yes guys, you know the summers are on the peak, and the BYJU'S exam prep YouTube channel, okay, brings you the free summer classes on the YouTube to utilize your summer with the top faculties to ensure your top rank, and these are the different things going to be there for you. Okay, you can have a look into it and join as per your convenience, all your best faculties taking the courses. And yes guys, to take a next step towards your success in the GATE examination, and if you need the financial assistance to study under the best faculty team of India, yes, that is today 4th June at 12 PM. Okay, on the BYJU'S exam prep app, you can appear for the national scholarship test, in which you can get up to 90% scholarship. Okay, based on your performance. Right. Also guys, the coming Tuesday 6 June 7:30 PM, Dheeraj Sardana sir, all your favorite, my favorite, more than 10 years of teaching experience, he is going to bring you a free GATE workshop. Again, this is on app, Tuesday 7:30 PM, and he is going to guide you to steps to secure rank under 100 in GATE 2024. Right, chalo guys. Also guys, you know, this is of course mathematics session, but you know, this time for the very first time ISRO has announced you know, the general aptitude portion also for the very first time, and that is a separate section. It has a sectional cutoff as well. Of course, its weightage is 20%. Yes, 20 marks out of 100 will be aptitude. This again a big weightage. Even it is bigger weightage as compared to GATE. GATE in aptitude you have 15%. Here it is 20%. Okay, and that too mostly reasoning based topics, but students were not really clear about what particular that topic is, what they should study. So yesterday I have you know, already uploaded a video on the channel. Okay, if you want you can go through it. If you have gone through it, well and good, where I have given you the complete analysis of the general aptitude syllabus, what exactly the each and every keyword means. Right. Sir, actually I got ISC VLSI. Should I give center at Bangalore? Acha. Yes, you can, because I think so now if you have got ISC, most likely your course will be beginning from first week of August. That's what my understanding says. And guys, yeah, this is the ISRO math session, but yes, you know, to give you the complete practice of the technical subjects as well, we bring you the Space Achievers series for the ISRO 2023 for all of you Space Achievers guys. Okay, the most expected questions of every subject. Okay, not the previous year questions. Okay, the most expected questions as per ISRO level. Okay, so this is going to start again from 5th June, and I think 6th that is Tuesday, it's going to be digital electronics, which is going to be my turn. Okay, so you can join this 5 p.m. Okay, my subject will also be there. All faculties will contribute here. Okay, so I'll be taking digital electronics, digital circuits at 5 p.m. on the Tuesday, on the coming Tuesday, right? Chalo, let's move ahead. Okay, so just a small announcement for you. Yeah, it has time. Okay, there is 2 weeks left, but yes, from 15th June, we are bringing you again a very important series, Trickopedia. All important tricks related to GATE examination, be it maths, be it aptitude, be it even technical. Okay, how to approach the questions in quickest manner. Okay, so 2 to 3 minutes videos you will keep getting, and let's trick it. Let's trick the examination. Okay, with this Trickopedia. Okay, so daily you will get one trick related to your subject or related to your branch. Okay, subscribe to the channel to stay updated, to stay aware about all these activities, because you know each and every trick may be contributing to each and every marks of your particular GATE examination, right? And it's going to be daily you get tricks up to the GATE examination, you keep getting daily. Okay, this is a wonderful initiative, Trickopedia. Let's trick it, guys. Okay, so for ECEE CS is going to be started from 15 June. Subscribe to the channel now. And guys, ISRO की हम बात कर ही रहे हैं, right? So for the ISRO, the highest weighted subject for electronics, electrical guys, okay, especially for electronics, the highest weighted subject is EMT, electromagnetics. Highest weightage, you know, maximum number of questions they are asking from electromagnetics. Okay, so from tomorrow, these are app classes. Okay, on the BYJU'S exam prep app. Okay, from tomorrow at 11 a.m. I am taking some practice sessions, okay, to boost up your score in ISRO, and they are related with the electromagnetics. Okay, first electrostatics, second magnetostatics, then wave propagation, then waveguides, and then antennas. Okay, daily at 11 a.m. Monday to Friday. This will be a quick and small revision series for on the app for electromagnetics. Now guys, let's start the session actually. Okay, so much of announcements. I also got tired with the announcements actually, I feel. But now, yeah, let's have the first question. These are all ISRO 2020 questions, official questions of ISRO 2020 last paper conducted, so that you come to know what type of questions they are focusing more, what can be there in the upcoming ISRO 2023 examination. Okay, so A is a M cross N matrix with M greater than N, and I is identity matrix. Let A1 is equal to A transpose A whole inverse A transpose. Which of the following statements is false? And it's a very fundamental question based on the multiplication type of identities for the matrix. So guys, A1, let's start it quickly. Okay, A transpose A whole inverse multiplied by A transpose. Okay, AB. Now how do you write AB whole inverse? In matrix algebra, AB whole inverse is B inverse into A inverse. So this could be written as A inverse, then A transpose inverse, and then A transpose. But eventually A transpose inverse into A transpose. Let A transpose be some matrix B. So eventually it is B inverse into B, and inverse they'll cancel and they'll give you a result that is identity. So it is A inverse into identity. Okay, these two will combine and give you identity. Okay, anything into I doesn't matter. A inverse into I will be A inverse. So actually the A1 matrix that they are talking about is A inverse. Okay, so that is why when you multiply A into A inverse, this is I, this is true. I actually need to highlight the false one. Ab dekh lete dear. So this one is true. Let's have a look into the next one. Okay, A1, but what is A1? A inverse into A, right? A into A inverse is I into A is A. Okay, so this is also true. Option number B, A1, that is again A inverse. Okay, but A inverse is equal to I. Okay, so what does this means? I square equal to I hota hai ke? Yes. Okay. The identity matrix, unity matrix, I square, I cube, I power 4, everything will be equal to I, just like the number 1 in the regular number systems. This is also true. Okay, so of course the only option left is D. Okay, let me just make it very clear to you. A inverse into A inverse will be identity, so I into A, and that should be A, but that is not equal to A1. So D is the statement which is false. Which of the statement is false? D is the statement which is false. Basics of matrix algebra. Okay. Right guys, moving ahead to the next question here. Okay, moving ahead to the next question.
Basics of math.
Yes. So consider a transformation. Again, a question on algebra. Okay, the question you will feel that it's really going to be simple, but the only good thing about the question is its explanation and is its language. Okay, sometimes students run away from such languages, but I'll make you explain each and every word. Consider a transformation. Okay, T. Okay, from r cube to r square, that is the domain and range. We call this as the domain and range. The output is going to be R2, where R3 and R2, we all should understand, even if it is not mentioned, what is Rn. Rn is a column vector of n cross 1. So similarly, R3 and R2 will be 3 and 2 dimensional real column vectors. Also, what is that transformation? Okay, the first given, what is the input and what is the output? What input it will take, that is domain, and what is the output that it can produce, it is in the range. Okay, the transformation is Ax for some matrix X. Okay, for some matrix X. So what is that transformation actually? It is Ax, and let's say Ax produces some output B. Okay, you can just clearly write it Ax equal to B, like linear system of equations we write. Okay, suppose Ax equal to B. Okay, where X is in R3, where X is in R3. How many rows and columns does A have, and what is its maximum possible rank? What is its maximum possible rank? अगर इसको थोड़ा सा break करके समझोगे ना आप, just a moment. Yeah, Ax equal to B, right sir? X is in R3. R3 matlab it is a column vector, clearly mentioned, even if you don't know that it is a column vector. Okay, column vector is n cross 1, R3 is 3 cross 1. Okay, is equal to B. Now B is the output of the transformation and output is in R2. R2 ka matlab kya hoga? 2 dimensional column vector. Okay, so this is 2 cross 1. This is the 2 cross 1, right? Then what is A? What should be the size of A? So let's say A is m cross n, that is already mentioned, I think. Okay, no problem, not mentioned. A is m cross n. Okay, for the Ax multiplication to be true, okay, n should be equal to 3. Okay, number of columns of A should be equal to number of rows of X, then only matrix multiplication is possible. So n should be equal to 3. Yahan se aa gaya. Number of columns is 3. Now the final result of the multiplication is m cross 1, right? And the final result on right side is 2 cross 1. So m ka value 2 aa gaya. M ka value 2 aa gaya. That means A is a 2 cross 3 matrix, right? A is a 2 cross 3 matrix. Okay, rows 2 and columns 3. But what about the rank? Whenever A is a m cross n matrix, guys, whenever A is a m cross n matrix, the rank of A is less than equal to, what is the maximum possible rank for this matrix? In general non-square matrix, it is maximum of m or n. Okay, so here the maximum possible rank of the matrix, okay, will be, sorry, why did I write maximum? It is minimum of mn. Sorry, so that's gonna be 2. Minimum of 2 or 3, that is going to be, so rank is less than equal to 2. The reason is rank is the largest order of non-zero minor, na? Right? So if it is a 2 cross 3 matrix, you can maximum make a 2 cross 2 minor. You cannot make a 3 cross 3 minor, not possible. You can make a 2 cross 2 minor. If that is non-zero, then rank will be 2. I'm not telling rank will be 2, but rank maximum can be 2 or it will be less than 2. Okay, so maximum possible rank 2, rows 2, column 3, correct answer C. The correct answer is gonna be C. ठीक है जी, let's move ahead to the next question. The characteristic equation of a 3 cross 3 matrix P. The characteristic equation of a 3 cross 3 matrix P is given to you. Okay. Modulus of lambda I minus P is equal to lambda Q plus lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 1. The good thing is characteristic equation given. Okay. Yes, Vineet. Okay. So from next, I think next Monday onwards, that is 12th June, I am bringing you the most desired topic by the students, okay, on the YouTube, that is probability and distributions. Okay. Upskill your level in probability and distributions from next Monday, that is going to start on the YouTube 9 p.m. 12th June 9 p.m. चलिए, ठीक है. The characteristic equation of a 3 cross 3 matrix is defined as, okay, what is the inverse of the matrix? So whenever you want to talk about any higher powers or P inverse of the matrix, okay, you can think about the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. The Cayley-Hamilton theorem. The Cayley-Hamilton theorem. The Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay. What is the inverse of the P? What is the inverse of P? So let's take up that characteristic equation. What is that characteristic equation? Lambda cube plus lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 1 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Right? Now, substitute. Cayley-Hamilton theorem says what? Every square matrix will satisfy its own characteristic equation. Every square matrix will satisfy its own characteristic equation. So you can satisfy the square matrix A here. Okay, so this is gonna be A cube plus A square plus 2A plus identity equal to the 0. Now since I need the A inverse, I should be multiplying throughout by A inverse. Okay, I should be throughout multiplying by A inverse. So let's multiply by A inverse and then the characteristic, and then the result is A cube plus A square plus 2A plus I equal to, even if you multiply by A inverse on right side, but right side is 0, so eventually it's going to be 0. A inverse into A cube, guys, A square. A inverse into A square, one of the A will cancel A. A inverse into A identity plus A inverse into I is A inverse is equal to 0 minus of A square plus A plus 2I. That is the answer. Minus of A square plus A plus 2I, or it's P. Okay, I wrote the matrix as A, doesn't matter. It's minus of P square plus P plus I, or plus 2I, sorry. It's 2I. Correct answer is D. It's 2I. Got that? Correct answer is D. Minus of A square plus A plus 2I. That is what is matching with the option number D. Right, sir? Let's move ahead to the next question. Okay, let's move ahead to the next question. Another from algebra. Consider a 3x3 real symmetric matrix. Okay, you have a real symmetric matrix such that two of the eigenvalues. Okay, there's a 3x3 real symmetric matrix. It will be having 3 eigenvalues, but baat chal rahi hai do ki. Two of its eigenvalues are A not equal to 0, B not equal to 0. Are A not equal to 0, B not equal to 0. With the respective eigenvectors. With the respective eigenvectors, these two. If A not equal to B, okay, that means both the eigenvalues are distinct. If A not equal to B, matlab the eigenvalues are distinct. Okay. So here you need to apply a property. Okay. Then what is x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus x3 y3 equal to? What is x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus x3 y3 equal to? Okay, actually x1 y1, okay, product of the corresponding terms plus x2 y2 plus x3 y3, it is the dot product of the two vectors, na? Okay, it is the dot product of the two vectors. Suppose this vector is x, this vector is y. So the expression that is given to you, x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus x3 y3, okay, plus x3 y3, this can be written as x transpose y. That is the dot product actually. Okay, that is what we call it as the dot product of the vectors. And guys, here you have to apply what property? For a real symmetric matrix, if it has distinct eigenvalues, the eigenvectors corresponding to distinct eigenvalues are orthogonal to each other. Okay, so for the distinct eigenvalues, the corresponding eigenvectors are orthogonal, perpendicular to each other. Are orthogonal or perpendicular to each other. Okay, so that means if they are orthogonal, dot product 0. Okay, so the value of x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus x3 y3 would be equal to 0. So that's what, if you just relate all this with your gate preparation as well, you must be knowing this property. Okay, that is why even for maths it is suggestible, revise your gate notes, okay, and do up some basic practice, solve some maths test, or you can even solve the gate PYQs. The questions will be in your hand. Okay, but for maths I don't only say gate 1 marker question, you can go up to 2 marker, because you know, okay, this is a good property question. This one was simple, Cayley-Hamilton, but this again a good understanding of language. So solve all variety of gate questions and you'll be through with this ISRO questions. Okay, moving ahead to the next question here. Okay, a probability question. A box contains 2 washers, 3 nuts and 4 bolts. Items are drawn from the box at random, one at a time without replacement. One at a time okay, at a time without replacement. The probability of drawing 2 washers first, followed by 3 nuts and subsequently 4 bolts. 2 washers, 3 nuts and 4 bolts. You get 2 washers, 3 nuts and 4 bolts. Is how much? Okay. So, you know, it is 1 by 1, but first I want 2 washers. Okay. So, how many washers I have? 2 washers, 3 nuts and 4 bolts. Okay. So, even if you do 1 by 1, okay, very simply you can solve it up. What is the probability of drawing the first washer? It's going to be, yahan likh dete hain. What is the probability of drawing first washer? Okay, sorry, not 1. It's going to be how much? It's going to be 2 by 9 because I have 2 washers with me. Right, I have the 2 washers with me. Total 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is 9. Okay, the favorable by total. But next time when you draw the washer, because it is without replacement, you have not replaced the first one. So 1 washer is already gone away with you. So how many is going to be left? 1 washer. Out of total will be 8. Total 1 reduced. Now these are 2 washers first, followed by 3 nuts. Okay, so now I have 3 nuts. What is the probability of drawing a nut? Favorable 3 items divided by total is 7 because 2 items are with you, they are not replaced. So next is 3 by 7. Next again I want nuts, followed by all 3 nuts. So now 2 nuts are left out of 6 total. Now 1 nut is left out of 5 total. Followed by 4 bolts. Now what is there with you? What is left with you? Okay, you have drawn everything. Okay, there are 4 bolts. Okay, and total is also 4. So what is the probability of drawing a bolt? 100%, na? Because you are only left with bolts. Okay, it is 100%, or if you want, you can write it as 4 by 4. That's it. You can finish here. Next, it's going to be 1. Okay, so no need to write 4 by 4. Next, the probability of drawing bolt will be 100%. Okay, so how much is this equal to? That's what you have to rectify and give me the answer. Okay, so this is going to be 2, 3 is cancelled with the 6. Okay, so one of the 2 is cancelled. 1 divided by, what else is left? Let me quickly calculate the numbers and give you the quick answer. Yeah, 1260 it is. 1 upon 1260. Now I'll tell you one important thing here, guys. I'll tell you one important thing here. It is 1 upon 1260. It is 1 upon 1260, and this particular question, okay, this is a ISRO 2020 question, but one important thing is, this is also, I don't remember exact year, but this is also a gate PYQ. This is also a gate PYQ. This is also a gate PYQ. I will highlight, some of the gate PYQs. The previous questions were not PYQ. I can tell similar questions have been there in gate PYQ, previous year question, but not exactly same. These questions also, Kylie Hamilton, have been there in gate. Take it, bus data ka change hai. Okay, but this is not exactly gate PYQ, but similar, very similar questions are there in gate. Similar questions with the real symmetric matrix are there in the gate. But iski baat karoge, this is word to word gate question. This is word to word gate PYQ question with the same data, with the same options. Okay. So sometimes that also you have to take care about. Achha, I observed this fact more in civil branch. Okay. That the maths question of 2020 ISRO for civil, many of them were gate PYQ, especially for civil branch, I'm telling. Okay. But yeah, it is true in general for other branches also. Civil ke liye thoda sa zyada tha. Consider an unbiased cubic dice with opposite faces colored identically and each face colored red, blue and green. So there are 3 options given to me, red, blue and green. Okay, 3 colors, 3 twos are, because opposite colors will be identical. 3 twos are 6, such that each colors appears only 2 times on the dice. Okay. If the dice is thrown thrice, what is the probability of obtaining red color? The probability of obtaining red color on the top face, whatever appears on the top face. Okay. The dice thrown 3 times, I need at least 2 times red. I need at least 2 times red. Now, when you talk about a single throw of dice, when I'm going to talk about single throw of dice, okay, that single throw of dice would be how much? That single throw of dice would be how much? That single throw of dice would be how much? Okay, that single throw of dice, now you have to think like this. Okay, I want red on at least 2 out of 3. Forget the 3 dice. Think about single toss right now. For a single throw of dice, okay, it may be red, right, or not a red. What is the outcome of a single throw? It can give you red, it may not give you red, and let's fix this point. Let us say this is success because I want reds eventually, na? Okay, I want red. So a single event can give you either success or failure. We can categorize this as Bernoulli's event. We can categorize this as Bernoulli's event. Okay, so single throw of dice for you is a Bernoulli's trial. Bernoulli's trial, okay, wherein I will write down P as the probability of success. Okay, and probability of success, probability of getting red. Okay, so what is the probability of red on a single throw ki baat chal rahi hai, so how many reds will be there? Okay, I'm telling you, red, blue, green are 3 options and each colors exactly 2 times on the dice. Okay, so red, there are 2 red faces and there are total 6. So favorable by total apply kiya, so 2 by 6. That is the 2 by 6 or 1 by 3. That is the 1 by 3. Okay, 2 by 6, so that is 1 by 3. That is what is the probability of success, 2 by 3 or 2 by 6 or 1 by 3. So what is going to be the probability of failure? We call Q as the probability of failure. Okay, and that is 1 minus P, that is 2 by 3. Okay, now I am going to throw the similar dice 3 times. I am going to throw the similar dice how many times? 3 times. Okay, repeatedly. Okay, repeated and independent. The repeated and independent Bernoulli's trial. Guys, the repeated and independent Bernoulli's trial is known as what? Is going to be represented by binomial distribution. Is going to be represented by binomial distribution. Okay, now the dice is thrown. Now the dice is thrown how many times? It is thrown the 3 times. So that is known as the number of repetitions. Okay, how many times the Bernoulli's event is repeated? 3 times. Okay, n is equal to 3. Okay, I want the probability of at least 2 red. At least 2 red. At least 2 red. Out of the 3 times, at least 2 red should come up. 2 times red should come up on the toss. Okay, okay. So that means I am looking for probability at least 2 success. Okay, now in general, if I define this binomial distribution formula for you, in general, if I define this binomial distribution formula for you, Pk, it is given by nck p power k q raised to the power n minus k, where n is the number of trials, p is the probability of success, q is the probability of failure, and what is k? N the number of trials hai, k is the number of success you want. That number of success parameter is represented by binomial distribution. Okay, so what I want here is, just a moment. What I want here is probability of k greater than equal to 2. I want at least 2 success, so 2 or maybe 3. Okay, so I am looking for probability of k equal to 2 or k equal to 3. दोनों को split किया, and then I can write down k equal to 2 as 3c2 p power 2. What is the p here? P I think was 1/3 for us. Yes, 1 by 3 power 2. 2 by 3 raised to the power 3 minus 2, that is 1. Probability of k equal to 3. So 3c3, 1 by 3 raised to the power 3. 2 by 3 raised to the power 0. Okay, so this is going to be, ultimately this is 3 square 3, ultimately 3 cube, that is 27 in the denominator. Okay, ultimately 27. 3c2 is 3 multiplied by 2. Next is 3c3, which is 1, and 1 cube, that is 1. So eventually answer is 7 by 27. Let's check out the options. It is 7 by 27. It is the 7 by 27, and here, yes, here it is option number A ready for us. 7 by 27. Check it out, guys. Check it out carefully. It is 7 by 27, the correct answer. Right, Ji? Okay. If you are able to understand, if you are enjoying the session, do not forget to put your attendance. Yes. Do hit the like button in case you are energetic, you are enjoying the session. Let's move ahead to the next question. Okay. Coming up to the calculus. Yes, here it is, coming up to the calculus. For a given relation, root over 1 minus x square plus root over 1 minus y square is equal to p into x minus y, where p is a constant. What is the value of dy by dx at the point 0, 0? At the last, I will summarize. कि what topics you feel are more important as looking into the previous paper 2020 only, what topics are more frequent, what chapters you have to focus more. Well, summarize while looking into these questions. Okay. And also guys, I'll share you the PDF of this particular session, whatever we are discussing, with the complete question and solution. Okay, but the PDF, my always rule is PDF password protected. What is the password? I'll tell you after some time. So those who are watching the class, they'll get the password. That's it. Simple funda. You watch, you get the notes. Otherwise, there is no need of the notes. Okay. So let's have a look at the very fundamental dy by dx question. Nothing so great here. Let's quickly solve this up. Okay. So we have root over 1 minus x square plus the root over 1 minus y square is equal to p times x minus y. And to calculate dy by dx, not necessary to find y here. And even it may be almost difficult to find y here. Okay. We know that some functions are implicit. Some functions are explicit. Explicit means you can express y as a function of x. Here I know x and y are related, they have an equation. But directly writing y in terms of x may not be possible. Implicit function hai. What you can do is directly differentiate kar do na. You don't need any formula for this. Differentiate on both the sides. Okay. You have to just differentiate with respect to x both the sides. That is what. And you will get your answers. Okay, so root ka derivative, root x derivative 1 by 2 root x. So firstly it is 1 upon 2 root 1 minus x square. Okay, then minus x square, 1 minus x square by the chain rule, minus 2x. We are differentiating with x. Okay, plus again root term. So 1 by 2 root x. So 1 upon 2 root 1 minus y square. Again by the chain rule, when you differentiate this argument, 1 ka differentiation 0, y square minus 2y, chain rule dy by dx, because differentiation is with x, not with y. So minus 2y dy by dx is equal to right side p, x differentiation 1, then minus dy by dx. But to make the problem simpler, they've even given a particular point, right? So when you want to calculate this at 0, 0, at 0, 0, x 0, denominator will be 1, no issues with the denominator. X is 0, y is 0, both are 0. So left hand side is clearly 0, is equal to p into 1 minus dy by dx. So at the 0, 0, what is going to be the dy by dx? 1 minus dy by dx is 0, so dy by dx will be equal to 1. Simple, na? It is going to be option number C. It is 1. Okay. Fundamental. Call it as a fundamental. Okay. Answer is 1. Moving ahead to the next. Consider the function x square minus 4 ka whole square, where x is a real number. The function has what? Let's have a look into it. The function has only 1 minima, only 2 minima, right? Or only 3 maxima, none of the above. Very simple question based on the minima and maxima concept. So I have the function f of x is given by x square minus 4 ka whole square. So f dash x would be equal to twice x square minus 4. Twice x square minus 4 into 2x, and let this be equal to 0. Twice x square minus 4, and by the chain rule 2x equal to 0. So I have 4x x square minus 4 equal to 0, because for maximum minimum first we need the stationary points. The first derivative equal to 0, and solving this you get x is equal to 0 or under root of 4, that is plus or minus 2. Okay, so I have actually 3 points. X is 0, minus 2 and plus 2. Now, which of the point is a local minima, local maxima, for that I need to go to the second derivative then. Okay, I need to go to the second derivative. So what is the f double dash x? Okay, the f double dash x would be equal to, differentiating this again. So what was f dash x? एक बार फिर से लिख लेंगे. The f dash x was 4x, you're multiplying inside, it would be 4x cube minus x cube minus 4x. So when I differentiate it again, I'm going to get 3x square minus 4. F double dash x is 4, 3x square minus 4. Right. Now, what are the values? Okay. What is f double dash minus 2? Yeah, 0 se start kar lete hain. What is f double dash 0? Clearly it is minus 4, that is less than 0. It is negative. What is f double dash minus 2? So 3 into minus 2 ka square, 3 4s are 12, minus 4, 8, positive aa raha hai. And similarly f double dash 2 also will be positive. Whenever the second derivative is negative, that confirms the local maxima, right? And whenever the second derivative is positive, that confirms the local minima. So it has two minima points and one maxima point. So correct answer is B. It has two minima. Now again, let me add on to an important point here. It has only two minima. And this question, okay, I'm telling you, some of the questions are directly gate word to word copy, and I'll highlight that this is also a gate PYQ, previous year question. This is also a gate previous year question. Done hai ji? This is also known as a gate previous year question. Moving ahead to the next. Consider the function 2x cube minus 3x square in the domain minus 1 to what is the global minimum? What is the global minimum of fx? What is the global minimum of fx? Tell me. 2x cube minus 3x square in the interval minus 1 over 2. What is the global minimum of fx? Okay, so global minima निकालना है this time. Okay. नहीं, Shweta, that is okay. But which of the statements the function has only two minima? That is correct, na? With respect to the minima, that statement is correct. It has only two minima. Correct. We cannot call it as false. Okay. The function has only two minima. Correct. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. It's partial statement, but it is not wrong statement, Shweta. Okay. The function has only two minima. It's correct statement. Only two minima, but no maxima. ऐसा बोलते तो then it would be wrong, na? So it's correct. It has only two minima. Correct. It is a partial information, but whatever information it is correct. Okay. Chalo. Yeah, let's come to this. Now this time it is the global maxima or global minima. And how do you find the global minima, global maxima? Okay, I've covered that techniques and tricks in all of my previous sessions. Now let's work out here. Again, first I would be needing the stationary points. Let me evaluate the stationary points, and f dash x would be equal to 6x square minus 6x, correct? Yeah, equal to 0. So when I take the 6x common, I am left with x minus 1 equal to 0. So I have x is equal to 0 and 1. And guys, when you are trying to talk about global minima or global maxima, no need to confirm which of the point is local maxima, local minima. No, I'm not bothered about, and I'll tell you directly the method. Right, if you want the details of the method, you can attend my maxima minima lectures available on the YouTube. I've explained in detail. Okay, so how to find the global minima? I'll again give you that shortest possible method. What I will do is I will find the value of the function at the end points and at the stationary points. Okay, what are my end points? Minus 1 and 2, so f minus 1, then stationary point f0, then 1, and then the end point f2. So these two are end points, these two are stationary points. I will find the value of the function at the end points and all the stationary points between the given range. Okay, now what is f minus 1? For that, एक बार fx को यहाँ पे लिख लेते हैं. I have the fx that is equal to 2x cube minus 3x square. Because whatever is the global minima, it will either be at the end points or at the stationary points. There is no third possibility for any type of function. Okay. So what is f minus 1? Okay, 2 into minus 1, that's going to be minus 1 ka cube, minus 1, and then minus 3. This is minus 5. f0 is 0. f1 will be 2 minus 3, that is minus 1. And f2, okay, 2 into 2 cube, that is 16, minus 3 into 2 square, that's going to be 12, and this is going to be 4, right? So definitely this particular point is the lowest of all the values. Global minima means overall minima in the given range, and that is minus 5. So this represents the global minimum value. So answer for the question is minus 5. Global minima पूछा है ना? Okay, the absolute minima, the global minima, minus 5. Also at the same time, if they were asking global maxima in the given range, that is at 4. That is the value 4. At x equal to 2, the value is 4. That is going to be the global maxima in case they ask global maxima. ठीक है जी? So minus 5 and 4 are respectively the global minima and global maxima. Done hai ji. Let's move ahead to the next. Okay, let's move ahead to the next. The right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere of 1 meter radius has a height of how much? Has a height of how much? Okay, the right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere of 1 meter radius. This is again a gate PYQ word to word. So, you know, till now I think I have shown you 2-3 questions which are directly gate PYQ. Okay, the right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere of 1 meter radius has the height of how much? So, this is again a maxima place problem. Okay, largest volume, maximum volume. Okay, but it is on a geometrical application. It's on a geometrical application. So, the right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere. That can be enclosed by a sphere of 1 meter radius has a height of how much? Check kare, has a height of how much? चलो let's draw it out. So right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere. इसको यहाँ पे अलग से draw करते हैं. Sorry. That can be enclosed by a sphere. Okay, have a look into this. That can be enclosed by a sphere. Something like this. Right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere. Okay, has of radius. Sphere is of radius 1 meter, and what should be the height of that right circular cone? Okay, so let me draw out these given points. Okay, the radius. Okay, let's say this is the center. Approximately, the radius here of the what? The radius of the sphere is equal to 1 meter. That is clearly mentioned to us. Okay, let's say that is the capital R. Okay, the radius of the sphere is 1 meter. Let's specify it here. Okay, then I am also interested in the radius of the base. Radius of the base of the cone. Okay, let's say the radius of the base of the cone is equal to R. Okay, and this particular distance, ये हो गया center, and this particular distance, okay, from the center to the base is equal to some distance, suppose x. So what is the overall height of the cone? What is the overall height of the cone? Okay, so the very clear visibility is overall height of the cone is R plus the x. R plus x, or that is equal to 1 plus x, I can put down. Also, in the triangle, let's say this is O, and let me call it as some point A and B. Okay, so if you consider the triangle OAB, within that triangle you can clearly apply the Pythagoras theorem, that is R square is equal to the x square plus R square, right? So R is 1, so capital R is 1, so x square plus R square is equal to 1. Okay, now we want to talk about the volume. We want to talk about what? Okay, the right circular cone of largest volume that can be enclosed by a sphere. इसको देख लेते हैं. Right circular cone of largest volume. So what is the volume of cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h. The volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Okay. Now this is going to be 1 by 3 pi. Let's convert it into one variable, and since I'm interested in h, let's convert it in the form of h. Let's convert this into the form of h. So what is h? It is 1 plus x, and x can be obtained from here. The x can be obtained from here. Okay, that is what is the relation. Let's convert this everything into h. So because I want to convert into h, actually let us replace r. So what is the replacement of r? So dear, look into this. R square is 1 minus x square, and then x is equal to, actually let me write down x is equal to h minus 1. Okay, So r square, if you simplify this, 1 and 1 will get cancelled. Then I will have minus of h square and minus 2ab minus plus 2h. So ये r square का value हो गया dear. Okay, let me put down this value here. So 1 by 3 pi r square is 2h minus h square into h. So volume is now 1 by 3 pi into the 2h square minus h cube. Into the 2h square minus h cube, and I want the maximum value of volume, and for maxima again I'll go to the first derivative dv by dh, like y is a function of x, here v is a function of h, and that is going to be 1 by 3 pi into 4h minus 3h square equal to 0. When you solve this, you will get two roots, either h equal to 0 or h would be 4 by 3, but definitely the h cannot be 0, because if the height of the cone is 0, it vanishes away. There isn't as in any cone. So we'll take h is equal to 4 by 3. Right. Now, if h is 4 by 3, whether it is the maxima, very simply we can confirm by taking the second derivative. d2v by dh square will be how much? इसको again differentiate करेंगे. 1 by 3 pi 4 minus 3 2s are 6h, and at h is equal to 4 by 3, when you calculate d2v by dh square, 4 by 3, okay, that is going to be 6 into 4 by 3, 8, and 4 minus 8, negative. 4 minus 8 would give you a negative result. To d2v by dh square negative hai, confirming maxima. Right. So I can simply make a statement that at the height, which is 4 by 3, the volume v is maximum. And we want that height only. We don't want the maximum volume, but what is the condition on height so that you get the maximum volume of this cone, and that height is 4 by 3. That height is equal to the 4 by 3. 4 by 3. चलिए डन है. Okay, let's move ahead to the next, and I'm again telling you this question. I've told you till now you have seen 2-3 questions which are directly gate PYQ. So this is also the gate PYQ word to word copied. Okay, next question. Okay, 1 plus x square by 2 minus x bar 4 by 8 minus x bar 15 by 15 etc. is equal to how much? This is equal to how much? This is equal to how much? Yes guys, this total is equal to how much? Now it is an expansion. Very clearly there is some function of x and that is expanded in the powers of x. So you have to think with respect to the Taylor series. Taylor series around x equal to 0. You can also call it as a Maclaurin series. Okay, and also call it as the Maclaurin series. Okay, so I can write down that about x equal to 0, any function fx can be expanded as f naught plus x, yeah, इसको ऐसे लिखते हैं, plus f dash naught into x plus x square by 2 factorial f double dash 0 plus x cube by 3 factorial f triple dash 0 and etc 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 etc. Correct. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, so that clearly means कि अगर मैं f0 की mapping करूं तो f0 must be 1. The constant term is 1, right? The constant term is 1. f0, right? So definitely cos 0 is 1 and cos 0 is 1, but e power 1 is not 1. Okay, so that definitely this is wrong. Okay, and similarly, b is ruled out only. Similarly, f dash 0. So you know the first statement f0 is equal to 1 leads you to that b can be wrong. So a, c, d are the options left. Now f dash x की बात करते हैं, right? f dash x. Okay, f dash x. So what is the f dash 0? f dash 0 is also 1. इसकी mapping देखेंगे ना. f dash 0. What is the f dash 0? That is also 1. x multiplied by 1. x is multiplied by 1. So f dash 0 is also 1. Okay, f dash 0. अब अगर a option पे आओगे ना, okay, e power 10x. See, when you differentiate a option, what is f dash x? What is f dash x? E power 10x का derivative, e power 10x by the chain rule, 10x का derivative sec square x. Okay, So f dash 0, yes, it would be 0. Sorry, yes, it would be e power 0 into 1. Yeah, it's going to be 1. B को तो check ही नहीं करना है. Let's rule out B and let's come to the C directly. E power sin x. F dash for e power sin x, it is e power sin x by the chain rule, sin x differentiation cos x, and again f dash 0 e power 0 1 into cos 0 is also 1. So this also remains to be 1. So A and C both are possible. D को check कर लेंगे. So f dash x is e power x sin x, no doubt in that. But by the chain rule, when you differentiate x sin x का derivative cos, तो x into cos x plus sin x constant किया तो x का derivative 1. So x and sin x both are available. So when you put 0, f dash 0, here also 0, here also 0, f dash 0, 0 आएगा. That means the option number D is ruled out. Option number D is ruled out. Clear? The option number D is clearly ruled out. हाँ जी, ठीक है. Yes, yes. Option number D is ruled out. Okay. So with this condition, I am left with two options now: A and C. A and C. Now whether it is e power tan x or e power sin x, ये figure out करना है. Whether it should be e power sin x or e power tan x, this is also wrong. Okay. Now even the second derivative would be same. Third derivative भी same है. Third derivative 0. Okay. Second derivative यहाँ पे check करना पड़ेगा. So now whether you are getting the answer by second derivative or third derivative, that we need to proceed, right? So whether it is A or C. Okay guys, now moving forward, it's going to be some lengthy calculation. Okay, and I don't want to waste the time in calculation. That you can all complete. Okay, whether it is A or C, whether it is A or C, complete the calculation. I give you the calculation part as homework, because you just have to successively calculate the derivatives and verify कि f double dash 0 कितना होगा? It should be again 1. x square by 2 तो है, f double dash 0 is 1. Okay, f triple dash 0, there is no x cube, तो f triple dash is 0. At whatever you are able to match, you can stop there. So it is either A or C. And complete it as a homework, because I don't want to spend time in calculation part. Let us learn some more new variety of questions rather than that. Okay guys? So please complete this part as the homework, whether it is A or C. Right? Whether it is A or C. ठीक है जी, whether it is A or C. चलो, next question. What is the area enclosed between the parabola and the straight line? Parabola y equal to x square and the straight line y equal to x. What is the area enclosed between them? What is the area enclosed between them? The parabola y equal to x square and the straight line y equal to x. Okay, we have the parabola that is y equal to x square. And we have the straight line that is y equal to x, and we are interested in finding the area between the two. The straight line y equal to x, having the slope of 1 unit passing through origin, right? So this is y equal to x and this is y equal to x square. And to figure out the area, what is required is, what is the top limit, what is the bottom limit. Okay, if I take this by a vertical strip, okay, you can clearly write down that the area is going to be how much? Upper minus lower function. That is, what is the upper function? Okay, let's call this as y2, let's call this as y1. It is y2 minus y1 dx. Area is integral. Area under the curve is integral of the function, but the area of the under the first function minus the area under the second. Integral of y2 will give you this much of the area, right? Okay. But integral of y1 will give you then this much of the area, and then I'm subtracting 2, so that means I'll get this remaining area. इसको अगर highlight भी करना है तो it can be highlighted here, this portion. Talking about this particular portion, this is the total area that is desired to us. Okay, so let's calculate and complete this. So the area it is integral of y2 is the function x minus y1 is the function parabolic function x minus x square dx. Now since I'm integrating with x, what is the limit of x? Since I'm meeting, firstly they meet at origin. Okay, what about this meeting point? So guys, they meet at x equal to x square. One of the function is x, another is x square. For them to meet, just equate both the function, right? So x square minus x is equal to 0. X will be 0 and 1, right? So at this point x is 0. That is very clearly seen also. At this point x should be 1. Acha, agar x 0 hai, to y is also x na, so y will also be 0 and 1. So that is why 0 0 and 1 comma 1. Okay, so the limit of x, if I talk about, it is x equal to 0 to 1. Completing it quickly, x ka integral x square by 2, x square ka integral is x cube by 3, and then lower limit 0, upper limit 1. Answer is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. 3 minus 2, 1 divided by 2 3s are 6. 1 by 6 should be the answer. That's it. Yes, Shweta. Correct answer is 1 by 6. Where it is? B. B is the very correct answer. That is 1 by 6. So it's again basic question based on the application of integral. Right, the answer is 1 by 6. One more, a direct integral based question. The integral 1 upon 2 pi, integral 0 se 2 pi, sin t minus tau cos tau d tau. Okay, sin t minus tau cos tau d tau. What you can directly do is apply the sin a cos b property. Okay, apply the sin a cos b property. One more method can be there that can take you towards convolution, but yeah, convolution, it's mostly relevant for ECEE. Okay, so let's not go to that. There is a generic mathematical method. So let's solve it by the mathematical method only. Let's solve it by the mathematical method only. So what is that mathematical method? I'll just be using the property sin A into cos B. And what is sin A into cos B? It should be given by the sin A plus B plus of sin A minus B divided by 2. You can just use this. You can just use this. Okay, so let's start using it, and if I start using it, I get the value of the integral as 1 upon 2 pi. Yahan chalte. I'm going to get the value of the integral as 1 upon 2 pi integral 0 se 2 pi, right? Sin A cos B, that is sin A plus B, that is sin t minus tau plus tau, plus sin A minus B, plus sin A minus B, so t minus tau whole divided by 2 d tau. Okay, so bring the 2 outside. I have 1 upon 4 pi integral tau and tau got cancelled to integral sin t plus, यहाँ break कर देते हैं इसको, sin t d tau integral 0 से 2 pi plus next integral 0 से 2 pi. This time you have sin of t minus 2 tau d tau. Now see very clearly, everybody please focus, that sin t d tau, okay, sin t with d tau, the integration is with respect to tau, so t is constant because the integral variable is tau, so I am only left with d tau. Sin t is outside the integral and d tau integral is tau, lower limit 0, upper limit is the 2 pi. Okay, plus what is the next? Sin t minus 2 tau. What is the integral of sin? It's going to be cos, minus of cos actually. It's going to be minus of cos t minus 2 tau. It is with d tau. Okay, so again the coefficient of tau is minus 2, that should be divided as per the integral property, limit 0 से 2 pi. But अब आप देखोगे यहाँ पे. Okay, look into this. The limit is of tau. Everybody please see. The limit is of tau. Lower limit 0, so I get cos t. Lower limit 0, I get cos t. Upper limit 2 pi, so I get cos t minus 4 pi. But we know that cos is periodic with period 2 pi. So whether you want to write cos t or whether it is cos t minus 4 pi or cos t plus 4 pi, it is same. So when you substitute the limits in the second part, upper minus lower limit will give the same result. That means upper minus lower will be 0. Okay, so my answer is going to be 1 upon 4 pi dear into the sin t. Okay, here the limits of tau 2 pi minus 0, so into 2 pi, and the second part, okay, is going to give you the 0. Upper minus lower limit, that is going to be 0. Okay, so what is my final answer? Okay, 2 pi and 4 pi will get cancelled. Okay, I am left with only half sin t. That is what is the answer. The answer is half sin t. Got this? Half sin t. Correct answer is D. The very correct answer is option number D. Half sin t. It is a half sin t. Clear everybody? It is a half sin t. Okay ji. Next, yeah, before I take up the next question, let me also give you the PDF password. There are few more questions, just wait, but in between, okay, only let me give you the PDF password only if you watch it. That's what I give the password also randomly at any time, okay, so that who are consistently watching, they need the notes. And password ko kya rakhte hain? Let's keep it simple, random. Just now we studied something with sin t, so it is going to be sin t, everything in small, SINT. Without spacing, without spaces, everything in small, SINT. ठीक है? What's your branch, Seema? SINT. Chalo, so this is going to password. Have a look into the next question. The integral minus infinity to infinity x power 4 fx, where fx is 1 upon root 2 pi e power minus x square by 2. Again, a good question based on integral. App free classes not available for YouTube. I'm not able to get your point, Arvind. App free is a different platform. YouTube is a different platform. So suddenly it seems that they have removed. I don't know whether it is an error, whether it is some error or they have done it intentionally. Let's wait for a few more days. But despite of the fact, Seema, if you see the video, I made a video on allied topics also. Okay, so they are categorized as allied topics. But even if you talk about the full syllabus, okay, even if you look into the previous papers of ISRO, and very soon I am going to give a video for ISRO electronics branch that completes the subject wise distribution of last 5 papers. Okay, there you will see even whatever allieds I have mentioned, like microwave engineering, satellite communication, radar, etc. They were already being asked. So you have to still prepare them. Only thing is that 75% and 25% barrier they have removed maybe. But still you have to prepare topics like microprocessor, microwave engineering, radar, satellite communication. But what is their exact weightage? I'll be giving you within 2-3 days. You'll get a video regarding to it. Okay, the weightage of all subjects in the previous papers. Chaliye. The integral x power 4 fx dx, where fx is 1 upon root 2 pi e power minus x square by 2. Tell me, dear. Tell me. So इसको पहले substitute कर देते हैं ना function को. So I'll be having the evaluation as integral minus infinity to infinity x raised to the power 4 into 1 upon root over 2 pi e raised to the power minus x square by 2. Okay, dx. That is what I would be having. That is what I'll be having. ठीक है. अब देखो यहाँ पे, what is the first thing I can do is, what is the first thing that you can do here is put down x square by 2 is equal to t. Put down the x square by 2 is equal to t, so that x into dx will be dt. अच्छा, तो x square कितना हो जाएगा? X square will be 2t. So when I'm going to take the integral again, it is integral minus infinity to infinity x power 4. X power 4 is x square. अब इसको break करेंगे intentionally. X power 4 can be broken as x square into x. Okay, into x dx. One of the x will be shifted here. 1 upon root 2 pi e raised to the power minus x square by 2 into x dx. One of the x is shifted with x dx, and now let us substitute. Now let me quickly substitute. Acha, will there be any change in the limit? See, x square by 2 equal to t. If x is infinity, okay, t will be infinity. If x is minus infinity, then I should be substituting minus x square. Then it's going to be 0 to infinity. Yeah, it's going to be, it's an error in the question. Limit should be 0 to infinity. Otherwise, this doesn't converge. Okay, it is not going to converge. ये हो जाएगा twice. नहीं, twice कर सकते हैं ना हम इसको. It's an even symmetric function. Just allow me a time. Yes. Yeah, still it can be done. Yeah, correct. Limit can be correct. Let me write this as, limits are correct, guys. Minus a to a, and it's an even function. Can I say it's an even function? No issues. Okay. Is it an even function? Everything is x square or x power 4. Definitely even function. Integral minus a to a for an even function. Integral minus a to a for an even function is twice integral 0 to a. Twice integral 0 to a. Okay, so yeah, whatever it is, we need not write down, but I'm just highlighting that it is twice integral 0 to a fx dx, whatever it is, correct? So yeah, there is no problem with the limit also. So now the limit is 0 to infinity. So if x is 0, t is also 0. ओके, इफ x इज 0 t इज ऑल्सो 0, यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी ट्वाइस लगा हुआ था, उसी हिसाब से चलते हैं, ट्वाइस इंटीग्रल 0 टू इन्फिनिटी, राइट, ट्वाइस लिख दिया. एंड इफ x इज इन्फिनिटी t विल ऑल्सो बी इन्फिनिटी, तो ट्वाइस इंटीग्रल 0 टू इन्फिनिटी. व्हाट इज x स्क्वायर डियर? दैट इज 2t. x स्क्वायर को रखा 2t. सो इफ x स्क्वायर इज 2t, व्हाट इज x? व्हाट इज x? रूट ओवर 2t. okay, then 1 upon root 2 pi e power minus of x square by 2, but x square by 2 is t, x dx is dt. So everything has been substituted now. Okay, everything has been substituted. Now you rearrange the terms. Root 2 will get cancelled, 2 chala gaya bahar. 4 integral 0 to infinity, and this is root pi in the denominator, usko bahar kar dete hain. So 4 upon root pi. Okay, then you are also left with not only 4, yeah, only 4 only, then t raised to the power 3 by 2, t and t power root half into e power minus t dt. Now what is this form equal to? What is this form equal to? T power 3 by 2. Guys, what is this integral form equal to? Okay, integral 0 to infinity x raised to the power n minus 1 e power minus x dx. This question has been asked on the gamma function actually, right? Integral x power n minus 1 e power minus x dx is known as the gamma n function, is known as the gamma n function. So what is this equal to? Right, n minus 1 is 3 by 2. X power n minus 1 is, you know, x power 3 by 2 here. Okay, so n is equal to 5 by 2. So the answer for the question is 4 by root pi gamma 5 by 2. 4 by root pi gamma 5 by 2. Now what is that gamma value? Okay, what is that gamma value? So we can use some of the properties that gamma n, yeah, gamma n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n, right? Now gamma 5 by 2 is the value I need to figure out. I will break it as gamma 3 by 2 plus 1, and that should be n gamma n, that is 3 by 2 gamma 3 by 2. But again, what is gamma 3 by 2, dear? The gamma 3 by 2 can be split into gamma 1 by 2 plus 1, and again using the property gamma n plus 1, it's going to be n gamma n, so half gamma half, half gamma half, 3 by 4. The value of gamma half is a standard value that you must know, that is root pi, so 3 by 4 of root pi. I'll come and substitute this value here. Okay, so that is 4 upon root pi. Okay, and the answer for gamma is 3 by 4 root pi. 3 by 4 whole multiplied by root pi, so answer is 3. 4 cancel, root pi cancel. The final answer is 3. The final answer is going to be 3. Final answer is 3. Done. The final answer is 3. Chalo. Let's move ahead to the next question. I think just with a few more questions are left, but students are tired, yeah, attendance losing away. Oh, very small capacity students have. Okay. So what do we do? Should we need to stop? Students have very small capacity now. ऐसे कैसे चलेगा? Tell me. The integral 0 to 1, 0 to x square plus y square dx dy. Okay. First of all, this can be arranged as limit 0 to x square. That is means it is the limit of y. So limit of y is a function of x. Okay. So x is 0 to 1. Integral y is equal to 0 to x square. Okay, now because the limit of y is dependent, and as per the rule of double integral, because the limit of y is dependent, it should be first dy and then dx. This is the order of integration that you should follow. So first let us integrate with y, and it's a very basic question. Then it's a very basic question. When you are integrating with y, x square is constant, so dy integral y square integral y cube by 3, limit 0 to x square, and then dx will be left. And integral x is from 0 to 1. So this is going to be, okay, x power, y की जगह x square आएगा, तो first it is going to x square into x square, x power 4. Next y is equal to x square, so y cube will be x की power 6, then divide by 3. We have to just solve this integral from x equal to 0 to 1. Quickly करते हैं, x power 4 का integral, x power 5 by 5. And next is the integral of x power 6, which is x power 7 upon 7, but denominator में 3 भी है, तो 7 3s are 21, limit 0 से लेके 1, lower limit is definitely 0, so upper limit 1 by 5 plus 1 by 21, 21 plus 5, 26 divided by 21 into 5, 105, 26 by 105, ये बहुत fundamental था, 26 by 105, option A, 26 is divided by the 105. ठीक है? Next question. In a vector field, divergence of the gradient, so some basic properties of vector they have discussed. Okay, the divergence of the gradient. Okay, gradient is calculated for a scalar function. Phi can be any scalar function. Okay, so this is written as, see, what is gradient of phi? It is del phi, del applied on phi, and then divergence is the dot product with del, so del dot del phi. Okay, del dot del phi. Okay, we know that del dot del is equal to what? This is now del dot del phi means del dot del of phi, right? And del dot del is del square. And what is del square? It is known as the Laplacian. So these are the properties that you must know. I'm not going in detail what Laplacian is, how does it come. Correct answer is D. It's a fundamental property question. Divergence of gradient of a function is equal to Laplacian of that function. It is del square phi. Next question. In a continuously differentiable vector function, okay, if a continuously differentiable vector function is the gradient of a scalar function, तो क्या बोल रहे हैं? If a continuously differentiable vector function, suppose the vector function is f, this is equal to gradient of a scalar function. If this is equal to gradient of a scalar function, suppose the scalar function is f, then its curl is equal to, direct property, very important property you learn in the vectors. Curl of the vector is, that is, तो एक क्वेश्चन था डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ ग्रेडियंट फाई, एक है कर्ल ऑफ ग्रेडियंट फाई. ठीक है? Right, so if you remember that, yes, it's going to be 0. If you remember, well and good. Otherwise you can again open up. Na gradient phi is del of phi. Taking curl means taking the cross product with del. So del cross del phi, it is del cross of del phi, and vectors in the same direction, del cross del, 0. Del cross del would be 0. So if you remember, well and good, but you must remember these are some important standard identities with respect to divergence, gradient and curl. Next question, V is a vector given to you, yzi plus 3x zxj plus zk cap. What is the curl of V? It's a question on curl, formula. No property, but direct formula of curl has to be applied here. Direct formula of curl has to be applied here. Do it up, guys, quickly. Hanji. What is the curl of V? Let's do it up, guys. Curl of V, del cross V, given by the formula of the determinant ijk. Okay, then you have the partial derivatives, del by del x, del by del y, del by del z, then yz, then 3zx, that is 3xz, and then z. Okay, taking the determinant, it's going to be I cap, del by del y of z 0, del by del z of 3xz minus 3x. Okay, minus j cap, del by del x with z is 0, partial derivative, and del by del z of yz, y, plus k cap, eventually del by del x of 3xz is 3z, del by del y of yz will be z. Okay, so eventually what I am getting is minus 3xi, okay, minus minus plus plus yj cap and plus 2zk cap, minus 3xi plus y plus 2z. राइट, चलो नेक्स्ट की तरफ चलते हैं. सिंपल था ये भी. Let's move ahead to the next. The next is a very simple differential equation. The x dy by dx plus y is x power 4 with the initial condition given to you, right? So this can be rearranged as Okay, x से divide कर दो dear. So you will have dy by dx plus 1 upon xy is equal to x cube. Okay, dy by dx plus py. This is p and this is q. Dy by dx plus py equal to q. Linear differential equation of first order. Right. So what is the integrating factor? यहीं पे निकाल लेते. First I need to solve by calculating the integrating factor, and that is given by the formula e power integral p dx. E power integral 1 by x dx, and the integral 1 by x is log x. So exponential and log are inverse of each other. They would cancel and you get the integrating factor as just x. What is the solution formula for the first order differential, linear differential equation? The solution is given by the formula y into integrating factor is equal to integral q into if dx plus the constant of integral, putting down the value of ix which is x, integral of q कितना है sir, q की जगह रख देंगे x cube, so this is x cube, integrating factor again x dx plus c, so this becomes x power 4 का integral which is x power 5 by 5 plus c, but we have a boundary condition, y1 should be 6 by 5. Okay, y of 1 should be 6 by 5. Okay, so when x is 1, y should be 6 by 5. When x is 1, y should be 6 by 5. Okay, so 6 minus 1, 5, 5 by 5. So c का value आ गया 1. Right, if c is equal to 1, I can write down xy, my answer. xy is equal to x power 5 upon 5 plus c which is 1. So what is eventually y? Dividing by x, so x power 4 हो जाएगा ये. X power 4 by 5 plus 1 by x. X power 4 by 5 plus 1 by x, and it's going to be answer A. X power 4 by 5 plus 1 by x. That is option A. X power 4 by 5 plus 1 by x. That is the last answer. Right? Option number A. X by 4 by 5 plus 1 by x. Right, moving ahead to the next question here. What is the Laplace transform of e power a cos omega t? It's a fundamental formula that you must know with respect to Laplace transform. Okay, the formula, some important formulas. If you want to talk only about cos omega t, the cos omega t Laplace would be s divided by s square plus omega square. For e raised to the power at or e power minus at, if it is e power at, if it is exponential term in time, there is a shifting in the s shifting apply hoga, and with opposite sign e power plus at, it is s minus a upon s minus a whole square plus omega square. So correct answer is option number A. These are formula, these are standard formulas you must be aware about with respect to the Laplace transform. With respect to the Laplace transform. Okay. Chalo, moving ahead to the next. इस पे बाद में आते हैं. One more similar question I think is there. Yeah, e power minus 2t cos 4t. E power minus 2t cos 4t. So again, if I start with the cos 4t, the Laplace transform would be s upon s square plus 4 square. Correct? S upon s square plus omega square. Now it is e power minus 2t this time. Again, an exponential term in time domain would produce s shifting, and since it is e power minus 2, so right side it should be s plus 2. Okay, so this is going to be s plus 2 upon the s plus 2 whole square plus the 4 square, that is going to be 16. Okay, so the correct answer is D. Correct answer is D. So some basic Laplace formula questions can be expected. Take that into note. Take that into note. Okay, if I go back, the inverse Laplace transform of the function. So very simple here, because you can break it into the partial fraction. अब इसको partial fraction में break किया मैंने. So what is going to be fs? 1 upon s, s plus 1 will be broken as 1 upon s minus 1 upon s plus 1. You can verify it is going to be 1 upon s, s plus 1. Okay, so what is going to be ft? So guys, the next set of formula, जैसे हमने पिछले question में recall किया cosine. Okay, similarly you must know about sine as well. If it is sine omega t, what is the formula? Omega upon s square plus omega square. Okay, then what about 1? The Laplace transform of 1, it is 1 by s. Okay, Laplace transform for e power minus at. Okay, it is 1 upon s plus a. ओके इसी में a की जगह हम 0 रख देंगे तो 1 का लाप्लास आ जाता है. व्हाट इज द लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म फॉर t e पावर माइनस at? For t e power minus at, it is 1 upon s plus a whole square, right? Here if you put a equal to 0, you get the Laplace transform for t. Okay, e power 0 तो 1 हो गया, तो t Laplace transform is 1 upon s square, right? Also, so there can be formulas you can revise that through your gate notes as well, but some more repeated formulas that can be expected I am writing. तो sin cos already लिखा, with the s shift property हमने लिख दिया, right? With the s shift property हमने लिख दिया, ठीक है? Now I have 1, I have t. In general, if they can discuss the Laplace transform for t power n, so Laplace transform for t power n would be factorial n is divided by s raised to the power n plus 1. This is again a commonly asked case. Okay, यहाँ पे है 1 upon s minus 1 upon s plus 1. So whose Laplace transform is this? Go back reverse manner. 1 upon s is for 1. 1 upon s is for 1. Minus 1 upon s plus 1. 1 upon s plus a is for e power minus at, तो a का वैल्यू 1 रख देंगे, तो it is e power minus t. तो 1 minus e power minus t, correct answer is a. 1 minus e power minus t, the correct answer is gonna be a. Let's move ahead to the next question. Okay, this was also a fundamental formula based question. Okay, a fundamental formula based question. Some basic complex number argument type of stuff. What is the argument of the complex number 1 plus I upon 1 minus I? So whenever two complex numbers are divided, okay, see whenever two complex numbers are divided, I'll give you the quick formula review here. Okay, suppose, okay, z1 is, yeah, let's not derive it, let me directly write down. Whenever you have two complex numbers multiplied, what is the angle z1, z2? It is angle z1 plus it is angle z2. Right. Whenever the complex numbers are divided z1 by z2, their arguments will be subtracted. It is angle z1 minus angle z2. अच्छा, I hope इतना आपको याद होगा. If z is x plus iy, how do you write down the angle z? That is known as the argument z. That is known as the angle z, and that is given by tan inverse of y by x. That is given by tan inverse y by x. But it is not necessary that it is always x plus iy. X plus iy represents a first quadrant case. Not necessary that the complex number is in the first quadrant. Okay. They can also put it in the form of z is equal to minus x plus iy. Minus x plus iy depicting the picture of second quadrant. Okay. X is negative, y is positive. In this case, what is the angle z? In this case, it is as per the basic formula tan inverse y upon minus x. What is the mistake done by many of the students? They bring the minus outside. Minus tan inverse y by x. That is wrong. Tan inverse y upon minus x is given by pi minus tan inverse y by x. Please note down, I am not deriving it, but this is what something you must be aware about. Okay, chalo. Next लिख लेते हैं. Z may be minus x minus iy, right? Z may be minus x minus iy, or last but not the least, it can be x minus iy. You must be aware about this. X minus iy, y negative, x positive. Fourth quadrant. Both x and y negative. Both are negative in the third quadrant case. Right. So, if I want to move ahead, I will be writing angle z, which is tan inverse of imaginary by real minus y by minus s. Again, you may do the mistake that minus minus got cancelled, but that is not the case. Because cancelling minus minus, you will shift a third quadrant point to first quadrant, its geometry will change. So, you can't adjust any minus inside the argument. Okay, so this is given by what formula? Then this is given by the formula minus pi plus tan inverse y by x. Going to the last one, angle z as per the formula tan inverse minus y by x, and only when minus is in the numerator, it is minus tan inverse y by x. Okay, then only you can take it outside. Fourth quadrant case, minus tan inverse y by x. This is what you must know. इस पे questions आ जाते हैं. Not only question, these are the stuff required for engineering as well, right? So, the argument of the complex number, first of all, 1 plus I upon 1 minus I should be angle 1 plus I minus angle 1 minus I. Very clear, because they are divided. So, arguments will be subtracted. Okay. Now, what is angle 1 plus I? It is tan inverse 1 upon 1, x plus iy, minus tan inverse minus 1 upon 1. Minus 1 upon 1, fourth quadrant directly. अच्छा, tan inverse 1 कितना होगा? Tan inverse 1 is pi by 4, 45 degree. Tan inverse 1 is 45 degree, pi by 4, because options are in terms of radian. Minus, now what is tan inverse minus 1 by 1? this minus will come outside and that becomes minus tan inverse 1. Clear? This particular minus coming outside, then it is tan inverse y by x. Okay, now tan inverse 1 again pi by 4. So this is pi by 4 minus minus getting plus. So the final answer is pi by 2. Pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2. C is the correct answer. Pi by 2. Correct answer is C. Everybody okay? That is option number C. Cos of z can be expressed as a direct Euler's identity question. We can write down directly cos of z is e power iz plus e power minus iz divided by 2. That's it. Isko finish kar do. E power iz plus e power minus iz divided by the 2. Okay. So guys, now this was the ISRO math session, but now if you want to, other than the previous year questions, you want to practice most expected questions of ISRO, the Space Achiever series is coming, right, for ISRO 2023 preparation. Okay, and that starts from 5th June. Okay, I will be having its class. Every faculty will come up and talk about its most expected question. I am coming for digital first with digital circuits on Tuesday 5 p.m. Okay. Yeah, for every branch it will be there, Amit. For communication, for EMT, for signals, digital, control, everything. Digital again has a very good weightage in this examination. Okay. So digital on 6th of June, 5 p.m. I will be bringing you. Okay. 5 p.m. And guys, you know, EMFT, as I told you, is one of the highest weighted weighted subject. Okay. So this is app classes. Okay. So from tomorrow, okay, to boost up your performance in EMT, because for electronics especially, if I tell 12, 13, 14, 15 questions, approximately 12 to 14 questions is on EMT only. 12, 14, 15, sometimes it can go to 17, 18 questions also. So EMT is a very important element. Okay, so one by one, first electrostatics, then magnetostatics, wave propagation, waveguides and antenna. Monday to Friday, note the time 11 a.m. This is going to be on app from tomorrow, straightforward. Okay, this is from tomorrow. You can join on the app. You can join on the app. This Space Achievers, okay, this is 5 p.m. but this is YouTube. The Space Achievers most expected questions subject by subject, this is on YouTube. These are app classes. Okay. So guys, that's it from my side. I have given you the password of the PDF. I will share you the PDF in my Telegram today. Let me just share you the link of the Telegram as well, where you are going to receive the PDF. Just a moment, I'll share you the link of the Telegram. In case if you are not connected to my Telegram, you can be connected directly there. Just a moment. Here it is. The link of my Telegram, you can join. Okay. Yeah, they have updated it, Philips. Okay. But still those topics will be as a part of the complete syllabus. You can't say that the topics are gone away. Okay. Yes, Amit, we'll bring that microprocessor and VSDL sessions also, don't worry. Chalo guys, bye bye. Thank you. Stay safe and take care. And do not forget to like the session before leaving it if you really enjoyed and got some fruitful questions and practice from this. Bye bye. Thank you. Stay safe and take care. Okay.